Hello guys, I'm back again with one of another unboxing videos for you guys, and as you can guess it from this one is going to be Apple 10.5 iPad Pro. So let's go ahead and take a look at this device. I'm just going to go quickly unbox this and show you guys what's we got in here. I've been wanting to get this device since the last year. It's been a much talked about device and looks into specs as very powerful. So without wasting any time, I'll just go ahead and quickly unbox this. Oh, I'm so excited to see what contents. I know already what contents I'm going to go, but unboxing is always an amazing experience, I tell you. So we are done with this packaging. Let's take this out. What I'm going to do next is such a satisfying experience. I'm just going to take this out. And that's it. There is the device. Wow, it feels lighter than I had expected and thinner as well. Here it is, guys. I'll just put it on the side for a second and take a look at the contents inside. You have your USB to lightning cable. Is the standard cable which you always get with all the Apple devices. That's for one. I'll just place it over here. And secondly, you have some documentation which I believe would be the standard quick start guide with Apple logos. Yeah, so there it is. You have a quick start guide, some regulatory information, and the two standard Apple logos you usually get with all the devices. They've been shipping the HomePod with one Apple logo recently. And next you have the standard Apple 12-watt adapter, and it's a standard 12-watt adapter. It is not a fast charging adapter, so that you'll have to get another. This is India variant, so you have this USB to wall plug. I'm just going to put the box aside and let's take a look at the device itself. I'm just going to go ahead and peel this off, and I'm telling you, this is an experience in itself, just peeling this cover off. That sounds amazing, right? And here we have our device. The smell and the feeling, I tell you, it's absolutely amazing to hold this device in your hand and to feel it. It's amazing. I'll just quickly go ahead and boot it up and give you a quick demo of this device as well. I'll just move a little closer to you guys. So we have already seen what we get inside the box, and now this is a 10.5-inch iPad Pro. I got the 64GB variant, and it's, as you guys can see, it's a space gray variant, and it is 9.8 inches in the height, and it is 6.8 inches wide, and surprisingly it's only 6.1 mm thin, which is even thinner than the iPhones you get these days. So it's amazing. And this is only 400 and roughly 470 grams. If you get the cellular version, you have a little bit 5 to 7 grams more added to it. And this you can see here, it's a 10.5 inch screen over here. And on the front, I'll just give you an overview over here. You've got the second generation Touch ID. It's a clickable Touch ID, not the other static Touch ID which we get into Apple devices these days. So there goes the touch resistance. The water resistance. It's though the faster device, but it will not be water resistant. And then over here you have the standard ambient light sensor. You have the 7 megapixel f2.2 FaceTime HD camera for video calling and FaceTime calling, and rest on this front you have nothing else. Moving on the right side, you have the volume rockers over here. If you get a cellular variant, which I haven't, I don't have the cellular variant, you get the SIM card SIM card tray as well over here. That's about the right side. On the bottom you have the lightning adapter connector for charging and connecting accessories. You have two of the speaker system out of the 4. I'll show you the entire assembly. And then you, on the left side of the device, you have the smart connector over here, which is mostly going to be used mostly going to be used to connect keyboards. You can connect keyboards over Bluetooth, but smart connectors for cases and others are going to be useful through this. On the top, you have 3.5 headphone jack. I'm surprised Apple is still making that. And you have the rest of the two speakers from the 4 speaker assembly. Here you have the on off wake sleep switch. So that's about it on this side. On the back, you have a bit on the top. Yeah, sorry, there's one more thing. You have one of the microphones in the 2 microphone assembly. On the back, there's another microphone. You have here the 12 megapixel camera, which we are just going to talk about in some time. And then you have the quad LED flash. You have the standard Apple logo and the Apple information. So I so want to set this up, but setting up would take on some more time. I'm just going to give you quick specs about this. So this, as I already stated, this is a 10.5-inch display, which is 2224 by 1668 at 264 ppi resolution, which is a very good resolution. But what interestingly they have done with this device, which is not present with other Apple devices, is the ProMotion technology. They did not have to give it a name, but the ProMotion technology, what it does, it is the standard LCD devices, they have a 60 hertz of refresh rate, but this device can bench up to 120 hertz refresh rate. So once I'm not sure if you guys would be able to see it on the camera, but it's very responsive. It is like you get no lag even if you are using it with your finger or the Apple Pencil. It gives you no lag. You can just feel it as if the screen is responding to your touch. So this is going to be very, very handy when you watch movies. It's going to be very responsive when you're doing touch responsive tasks. And it's not that it will be clocked at 120 hertz all the time. It is going to clock the refresh rate downwards when you're doing less refresh rate requiring tasks. So that's the ProMotion technology Apple has introduced in only these iPads the last year. And next about that, you get this had the wide P3 color gamut, which gives you sharper reds and greens for true lifelike colors, which I'm just going to take a look at it when I just go into in depth in this device and see how that works. And you have how Apple does it, the standard oleophobic coating, but what they have done is they have put a new anti-reflective coating which brings down the reflective rate to 1.8%. So that's interesting. I'm just going to take it out in the sun and take a look at that, how this device performs in the sun. So that has to be looked into. About what is put into this device, that is what is going to draw my attention, guys, because this device has been packed with 12 core GPU, which comes with a 6 core CPU, and those are Apple's A10X CPU and M10 motion coprocessor. Now A10X, that is a fusion processor, and I would place, and Apple also places it between the iPhone 7's core and which is A10 core, and the newest Apple 10's core, iPhone's core, which is the A11 core. So this is going to give you really fast performance. I've tested it out in the Apple Store. I'm just going to test it out myself with heavy applications, and let's see how that works. And it's been given 4 gigabytes of RAM, so that's really going to help you with keeping all the applications working in the background and open. And that's about what mostly the internals are. It has been given really high ranking Geekbench scores, which nearly clock with Apple's Pro MacBooks. So that is interesting to look at. I got this device to basically put that into one of my main machines and replace my laptop. So I'm just going to see if possibly that device fits into, because there are certain tasks which I cannot do with my iPhone, and which my Mac does not provide me with enough mobility. So I'm going to take a look at this device from that perspective, and just going to talk about this camera. This is the iPhone 7 assembly, which has been given as a lineage to this iPad. So it has a 12 megapixel camera with f 1.8 aperture. It has got the quad LED true tone flash, so it is dual lights and there are quad LEDs. And what's interesting about this, it has a six element lens which lets more light into and gives you more lifelike pictures. The lens is still a protruding one. It's not like iPhone 8s or iPhone 7s which have been merged into the body. It protrudes. So I'm going to take a look how placing it on a desk would work. Would it wobble or not? That has to be looked into. It has been given the sapphire crystal covering over the lens, so to protect it from aberrations and so on. And this camera can record 4K videos at 30 frames per second and 180 pixel videos at 60 frames per second. And recording slow motion on this is going to be clocked at 240 frames per second at 720 pixels. So that is something to be looked at into. Rest about it, it has got the 802.11 Wi-Fi with MIMO, and which is backward. It's on AC standard, but as these devices are, they are backward compatible. It has 4.2 Bluetooth assembly into this, and Apple claims that this device is going to give you 10 hours of battery life on standard uses. That is also something with such a pro machine I'm going to take a look into. If it gives you a day's battery life, that is something interesting to look about it. More than anything, guys, this device, I'm going to test this device's main all the features are pulled out when they are coupled with Apple's latest software version, which is the iOS 11. So iOS 11 gives a huge lot of possibilities to an iPad device, which is what got me into getting this device itself, to replace my computing device. So I'm going to take a look at that from that angle. And lastly, but I'm just going to tell you guys how lovely these chamfered edges look. These are now a vintage thing because Apple does not make on its devices anymore. So I'm just going to play around with this device and watch me fall into love with this. So let's check that out. I'll give you guys a heads up onto this on the next on the details about it in the next video. And till then, have a great time. Bye. Peace.